in IDP, there are 6 projects.
All right, project 1 was designing a new thermostat.
I think it's a good choice to put it as a first project because it's simple, but it's extremely complex at the same time. So it kind of gave us a taste of what design is.
I remember it took me a long time to pronounce the letter, the thermostat. I don't know what's that at all.
Okay, project 1 was a disaster. Thanks for asking.
Is it bad that I feel pretty good about project 1? I know I'm not supposed to, but I liked project 1.
So we had to solve the problem of people walking in saying, ooh, it's too hot, too cold, instantly cranking it over. So a lot of people will believe that if you crank it, it's going to get there faster. Not the case at all. So we had to design in such a way to change that behavior.
For project 1, I partnered with Q. I was very happy at that time because he's older than me. I feel I'm a very old person in this program. So for first project, I was trying to find someone who's older than me. And then so I could have a feeling of like working with one of the few older people in this program.
It was an interesting project. First kind of design project I've worked on, so that was interesting. And I think we didn't know what we were doing, of course.
I had this problem for a long time, all the way through projects 1 and 2, where I thought I knew what I was doing. That's a bad place to be. That's a bad place to be in this program. If you feel like you know what you're doing, take a step back and think real goddamn hard about it, because you don't know what you're doing.
I work with Carrie. I just stood in the middle of the class looking for a teammate, and we both were like, do you have a teammate? No, I don't. So we just teamed up, and it was really good working with her. At that point of time, we didn't know the rules. We didn't know how it works. Like, we didn't know that we are supposed to make time to have meetings. We just went along, and we had no idea how to settle arguments or like different designs. It was just 2 of us, but 2 of us were thinking at different levels and 2 different ways. But somehow we compromised and we had a design solution.
I worked with Joel on the project. We got a big pad of paper, just started doodling stuff on there, and just kept brainstorming and trying different things out. At the end of it, we created this really cool wooden analog.
So we had a lot of interesting different ideas, like, the dial itself would change temperature as you rotated from cooler to warmer, or making the speed change. So it takes longer to turn to more extreme temperatures, indicating that the system itself takes longer to go to extremes. But we realized in user testing that even though those are kind of fun ideas, that people just were confused or misinterpreted what they meant. If it turned slower, they thought, oh, it broke. Or if it changed temperature, they thought, what's happening, And I think what we realized from that is often what seems like a cool idea is only just that. It doesn't actually work in a design. And I think that changed my perspective a lot too, because I think going into this project, my idea was you would sit by yourself, you'd come up with a really great idea, and then you'd release it. But I think what you really need to do is understand people and how they understand the system and use that information to do a good design. So I think it changed my perspective a lot, even though our design was bad.
People were helpful, but at that point of time, I didn't realize that I can actually go and ask people or approach Marty that you have a problem. I didn't have a clue. It's just, okay, we are given this, now what? I was a bit confused at that point of time.
So, narrowing down ideas was really difficult. Generating the right kind of ideas was difficult.
But I think we really learned a lot from that project. It was the first time interviewing people, testing out a design, and just trying to think about not how it looked necessarily, but how people thought about, the system.
For not knowing what we were doing, we did okay. But obviously, I could see a clear route to, not a clear route. I could see that we, like everybody, needed a lot of improvement. If we got, as Marty says, a 97, then why are you in this program? You should go out and be practicing. So I think it was both this is an oxymoron, but like both a confidence booster, but like a measure of where we were, and we had a long way to go.
I kind of like feel so uncomfortable even like talking about it. If you can just not include any of this in the documentary, I would be like really eternally grateful.
I think going into next semester and then next year, we're going to become even better in groups. Because looking at us and how flustered we were and how, you know, we'd go to this idea and then this idea and we didn't quite know we were doing it first and we still don't know what we're doing yet. And then watching the second years and their groups and they just go boom, 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 done, go. You know, we'll be that. Just take some time. And getting through this class is all part of it. Monet! I asked people! When we started Project 4, I said, okay, who has not been facilitator? Because I wanted somebody who had not been facilitator yet. And you didn't speak up.
But hadn't been either.
Yeah,
so.
no, but you didn't say a word. You just sat back.
I just be chilling. And
Oh.
yeah, I could